Petal has secured himself as quite possibly of the best person in Cobra Kai. In the 4th season he arrived at his pinnacle, arising as the champ of the All-Valley competition, yet his story has been splendidly evolved starting from the start of the series. That is the reason today I need to devote a full video to him. Welcome to Charlie Towels. Today we will dissect Eli, survey his story, and decide serious areas of strength for how is contrasted with Robbie and Miguel. Prepared? We should go. Eli MTZ was a kid with a troublesome life. He was brought into the world with an issue in his lip known as a congenital fissure, which left him with a perceptible scar. Due to this, he was frequently harassed at school. In the series, his process started by joining Cobra Kai. Johnny Lawrence's forceful style was ideally suited for supporting his certainty. Eli needed to try not to be recognized by his scar, so he changed his hair to a forceful style, which worked. Eli ended up being very capable in karate, so things worked out in a good way for him. He currently had a sweetheart companion named Moon and could guard himself from his harassers, yet Cobra Kai has a cost steadily. Eli became hazier and more forceful. At one point he lost his sweetheart and his companion Dimitri. He was as of now not a quiet kid. He was Falcon, a gifted fighter unfit to control his viciousness. Season 3 shows us the haziest mark of the person. Eli winds up breaking Dimitri's arm. In this season, Bird of Prey acknowledges he has wound up in an almost impossible situation and can't proceed with like this. His kinship with Dimitri persuades him to leave Cobra Kai and look for reclamation. Eli's countenances can be distinguished by the shades of his hair. The famous Falcon haircut in the principal seasons, Falcon had blue hair, addressing his underlying character, the feeble Eli, who needed to leave his lip scar behind. He had not yet completely become Cell. In season 3 his hair was red, showing his hostility and Bird of Prey at his most fierce level. In season 4 we see him leave the obscurity and utilize purple, which is the combination of red and blue. Subsequent to leaving Cobra Kai, Eli needs to improve and looks for balance in his life. Consequently, the purple variety, the blend of his past two tones. As of now, Bird of Prey attempts to improve, yet experiences a ruthless blow when Robbie assaults him alongside the Cobra Kais and trims his hair. This obliterates him ethically. All the certainty he had acquired over the course of the years went down the feed. Eli is however defenseless as he seemed to be toward the start of this story. Everything appeared to be lost, yet his companion Dimitri persuades him to get back to karate, this time as a Miyagi-Do. Daniel LaRusso's preparation is great for this rendition of Eli. He really wants to acquire his certainty, yet he can't turn into the attacker brought into the world from Cobra Kai again. He should be better, and he truly accomplishes it. Eli enters the All-Valley competition regardless of his feelings of trepidation, and this is where he genuinely faces his last test. In spite of getting back to activity, Bird of Prey feels uncertain. He no longer has his hair or the hostility of Cobra Kai anyway. His ex-Moon gives him inspirational statements and kisses him before his fight with Kyler. This lifts Eli's certainty. It causes him to comprehend that he never required the hair to be a champion. The scar on his lip doesn't characterize him. It is possible that he is prepared to battle and effectively obliterates Kyler. For Bird of Prey, this is simple. He has more preparation than Kyler, and his certainty is at its pinnacle. Then we have his battle with Miguel, one of his closest companions. As of now, Miguel has previously crushed Eli and has forever been a stride ahead. Yet the previous makes no difference in this fight. Bird of Prey and Miguel are impeccably matched. Tragically, Miguel experiences a backslide in his back injury, keeping him from completing the battle, yet what little we saw was sufficient to comprehend that Miguel is no longer at a more elevated level than Eli. They are essentially rises to now. We will have this fight in the future later on, yet if you were to request me, Eli had a decent opportunity from winning. He was in a predominant mental state. Then again, Miguel was going through an extreme profound time. He wasn't centered regardless of whether he wasn't harmed. Eli was in an unrivaled mental state. For me, this triumph was Falcon's, and I dare say the essayists involved the injury as a plot gadget to stay away from this battle, as it would be badly designed for Miguel the hero to fall behind. Yet presently, how about we move around to the fabulous finale, the huge fight against Robbie. Without distortion, this was the best battle of the multitude of competitions in Cobra Kai. At first, Eli appears to be subpar, since he is as yet reluctant to utilize his Cobra Kai abilities that hostility had proactively obliterated him previously. Anyway, Daniel lets him know the right words: you were Cobra Kai longer than he was. Assault him. This is the zenith snapshot of the time Eli stirs Cell in his full magnificence. His hostility is back. He is strong, quick, and savage, yet this time he has control. He is adjusted. The Miyagi really do style has given him the devices to control his displeasure. Robbie likewise bosses the two styles, yet is unpracticed in Cobra Kai. He is overwhelmed by outrage, rash, and his feelings deceive him. Recall that in this season Robbie was stressed over having acquainted Kenny with Cobra Kai. He felt remorseful for establishing murkiness in Kenny. This Cobra Kai dimness panics Robbie. Eli then again bosses the obscurity. He is at a more elevated level of control. Maybe his actual strength is less, yet his dominance of karate is unprecedented. Eli is prevalent. Nothing diverts him, nothing controls him. Maybe he has dominated the Ultra nature. Because of this level uncertainty, he wins the competition. Many say that Robbie would have won in the event that he wasn't occupied by Kenny, and somewhat I concur, yet for me this is definitely not a legitimate reason. Profound variables are important for the game. It's beyond difficult for two contenders to be in equivalent profound circumstances. It's extremely typical for one to be more propelled before the opposition. These are little debt subtleties that influence execution. This occurs in any game, so I wouldn't blame Robbie's interruption so as to say Eli is more fragile. Robbie lost since he got occupied, not on the grounds that a ref swindled him or on the grounds that he was gone after in taboo regions. Robbie lost by his own hand. Presently we should get to the significant inquiry: is Eli more grounded than Robbie and Miguel? Basically for the rest of Season 4 I would agree that the three are at a similar level, aside from little profound subtleties that give Falcon the triumph. The finish of Season 4 is Falcon's pinnacle of force and mental equilibrium, yet true to form this needed to change in light of the fact that notwithstanding all that Eli isn't the hero in Season 5, Falcons endured what all incredible characters experience when they arrived at such a general. They nerfed him so he wouldn't stand apart. A lot of that is the reason we saw that dubious second when Kenny figured out how to overcome him with a solitary catastrophe. For be fair, the series attempted to legitimize it by showing us that Kenny gained a mysterious procedure from Silver, and that was an unexpected treat. For Falcon this clarification works, yet it's as yet sketchy, and essentially for me wasn't fulfilling. Assuming we discuss Eli's close to home state in Season 5, we can say that he is more adjusted and tries to advance more from Miyagi. Do the style he least rules on the off chance that we take a gander at his hair. He utilizes green, which is a variety related with peacefulness and quiet. Also, Bird of Prey introduced himself with another tattoo this season. Eli's tattoos additionally educate us concerning his advancement as a person. Toward the start of the series, he inked a moon that represented his sweetheart Moon. Then, when they separated, he modified the tattoo to draw a devilish harvester. This was the point at which we had the most obscure Falcon, and in Season 5 we saw him cover this tattoo with a lotus bloom, which addresses a fresh start. Sadly, Season 5 didn't show us a lot of Falcon as it zeroed in on different characters, yet honestly, it's difficult to foster a person further when they've arrived at such an elevated degree of development. When we arrive at Season 6, the story shifts, concentrate away from Eli and a few understudies to focus on Johnny and Daniel. Falcon remains very talented, yet it's observable that he's been nerfed to put him behind Miguel and Robbie. Shockingly, the series nearly rejected Bird of Prey from the CI tie. In Vision, they nearly left out the All-Valley champion. Up to this point, the series has clarified that Bird of Prey is one of the most grounded in all of Miyagi. Truly do anyway. Very much like Miguel or Robbie, he can lose in a senseless manner on the off chance that the content requires it. That is the reason he was crushed by Kenny in the 5th season and by Dimitri in the 6th season. Through spills, we realize that Falcon will go up against Quan, the star understudy of Cobra Kai. They will be in a high-kick rivalry. We know this from a class delivered by Netflix, and furthermore from this in the background video of the time. We don't have any idea how Bird of Prey's storyline will end in the series. Some figure he will be the one to win the CI tie, and by I don't accept. So the series presumably maintained that Bird of Prey should win the All-Valley in Season 4 so they could give the CI tie triumph to Robbie or Miguel. Obviously, that is only my perspective. We'll need to watch out for what comes next. Up to this point, Bird of Prey is one of my #1 characters in the series, and I trust his consummation is reasonable for him. Yet anyway, that is supportive of the today. Assuming you like the video, you would help me a ton by leaving a like. That would be Unbelievable. Additionally, make sure to buy in light of the fact that I'll transfer more recordings about your number one films. Gratitude for listening. I am Charlie, and I'll see you later on. Music. Bird of Prey has laid down a good foundation for himself as perhaps of the best person in Cobra Kai. In the fourth season, he arrived at his pinnacle, arising as the victor of the All-Valley competition, yet his story has been splendidly evolved starting from the start of the series. That is the reason today I need to commit a full video to him. Welcome to Charlie Tales. Today we will examine Eli, survey his story, and decide areas of strength for how is contrasted with Robbie and Miguel. Prepared? How about we go? Eli MTZ was a kid with a troublesome life. He was brought into the world with an issue in his lip known as a congenital fissure, which left him with a recognizable scar. Due to this, he was frequently harassed at school.